Hey, what's up, guys? We are back here. We have just finished the story mission, the dungeon mode, to get 1.9 million. So we have a good chunk of money on us, and we do need to raid and get some more before we can actually use that and spend it on anything. So we go here and take a look at our favorites list to see if we have anyone in here giving us a good amount of loot and a decent amount of medals. We have a respect into pure gold boosting mode again. So every fight we do, we're going to get around 52 to 55% extra gold boost. So it's definitely really, really nice. Here's the free base right here. Not bad at all. 210,000 for just a walk in the park. He does have gargoyles in his waves. So what we'll do is we'll send out a mummy every so often, and the mummy will help defend against the gargoyle. It doesn't look like he actually has really anything in his waves, even though the little mini-map did show he had gargoyles. But if he did have a bunch of gargoyles in his waves, we would have deployed these mummies as dummies, and then the mummies would have soaked up one of the waves. The hero would have taken one of the waves, and then we would have sit back, let the mummy take the next one, and alternating as the hero regenerates his HP. So we should end up getting around 350,000 gold here. The 300 and nearly 30. Good amount of gold. Then we also have the lucky chances here. Picked up another 35,000. So I've definitely been enjoying the Mummy level 3. He's got a lot more life, a lot more HP. You can see here we haven't really gone up or anywhere in the leaderboards, and that's mainly just the base. The defenses were not holding up. We were winning a lot of battles on offense, but the defenses just weren't holding up. So I'll show you my base here. I just changed it real quick to see how this works out. But yeah, our base is still not that good. We have a lot of weak towers. We still have some wooden blockades or barricades. It looks to be a challenging base here. 491 medals, 189 loots. Go ahead and give this one a go. It's a lot of medals. And you always do want to try and kind of balance out your medals and your gold so you can win these tournaments, because the tournaments will give you gems, and gems are way more important than anything else, because with gems you can buy gold shields, and you can also actually just straight up buy gold. So I forgot to actually swap out my gargoyles, or my cannons for the gargoyles. So we did summon one cannon a little while back, and now he has 2 ogres right there. And the ogres can be problematic because they do a massive, like 25% of your HP bar if they hit you. So we are going to run back, sit back here and heal up some. Because he has a clover design, and he has a lot of DPS over here, and there's not really room to like protect yourself. What I've noticed in these clover designs, it's really, really effective to have a snake tower right here where I'm standing. That right there does tons and tons of damage. It typically, like if you had a snake tower, I wouldn't be able to stand there, and that's like the closest safe spot in these designs. So we're not going to be able to get through here. We're going to die right here, it looks like. And so typically the medals are a good estimation of how strong it is. So we can see we're having a lot of difficulty with bases that are giving us like 500 medals. Very nicely done there. A lot of strong towers. You can see the Sonic Blast wasn't even killing them in one blast. It was pretty much just like you have to sit there, sit there, sit there. Very, very tough base. So unfortunately, that doesn't help us. That was the 153rd player in the world. We'll go back in and grab the easy money from Donovation. Do Innovation. That's his name. And then you'll notice too, we are also actually a lot slower because we took off our speed boost. So I have noticed that they have kind of like lowered the maximum loot. I was used to find like 280, 290 almost sometimes as the maximum base loot. And now we're pretty much lucky to find like 240 or 230. So I'm not sure if that's because we've gotten stronger ourselves or if they've just kind of like tweaked it a little bit. And so when they did the big update, they lowered the maximum loot. Because there's the two possibilities that we got stronger and now the game thinks us as a tougher opponent, so our base max values go down, or they actually just kind of dropped everything. So if anyone's getting 280, 290 as their base values, drop it down in the comments. Let us know. The other nice thing though is that as you get higher up, you do start to get a lot more loot in the Chamber of Fortune. So you want to make sure that you're able to actually beat the bases to get to the Chamber of Fortune. Because if you don't beat the bases, you don't get to open up the treasure chest, so you don't get the extra loot, and you know, it's no fun. You can see we're not finding hardly anything now. Oh, I think I have one more actually in the Do Innovation. Yep, one more. And then on the bright side, they actually did kind of like tweak when you fight them. It doesn't drop as much. You saw that we were at 210, then we went to like 180, and then now we're at 150. So the loot decay doesn't happen as dramatic as it used to anymore. So they did a great balancing job. It's definitely a lot easier to gain loot, but yeah, I'm not seeing the big base numbers anymore, again, of like 280, 290. Oops. The other big noticeable thing is that the food cost starts to kind of eat you alive in the higher levels. We are 77, so each food battle is like 182. So you're only really able to get like 6 or so battles in before you're completely out of food and out of your farms if you have a full silo. So they really, really like pushed the buying food with the gems now, because for me the food video feature has never worked, so you cannot access the free food that way. But you can see we did pick up over 1 million gold right there in those raids. Yes, we're just not finding anything here, and it's just sucking our gold away. 2,000 every time we spin this wheel. You know, we found someone has 200,000, but after all that searching, it drops it down, you know, really to like 140. all those 2000s, they add up really, really quick. But, I mean, you can get lucky and find really big values in there. We've gotten like 500, 600,000 not too long ago. So the mummy right there just took all the gargoyles. Great diversion. So it looks like we're going to be running into a heavy gargoyle base here, which would be great. I love running up against those guys because I know how to counter them, and they're not as deadly anymore. And again, you want to use diversions. You want to use your spells right when the gargoyles attack you. Those type of tactics will pretty much make you laugh at those gargoyles. They're just a waste of units. And again, that's probably part of the reason why my base isn't doing so well, because our base was the old gargoyle design base that we made like 3 weeks ago. And so I still have never just like tweaked it and changed out the gargoyles. Yeah, so easy win here. We have a minute left. Full HP. Start bringing out cannons and some pyromancers. And so that's going to do it here. We don't have any food. So we'll take a quick look at our base. And they'll probably end up buying a 3-day gold shield. So I do want to save up and get the level 7 Blade Storm, so I can have the last spell in my arsenal here maxed out. Nope, got lucky, got 50,000. See, that's what I'm talking about with the big values. 100,000 there. The sword we could have sold probably for like 120,000. So we have 250 gems. So here's the new base layout that we just threw together. It's a modified trap base. Okay, we're hoping to get gems out of it. Testing out. I should probably move this over, so then these guys can all attack from this side. But I've been lazy. I just drew that right there, and then I just haven't moved it. So here, do that. Just too much. Oops. So we'll see how this goes. I don't expect it to really hold people out, but last time we did this with a modified trap base, a modified straight base, we ended up winning a good amount of gems. So let's see how this works out. You can see we are on the low gem front. We have 250. So we're going to go and buy the 3-day gold shield. I believe I can unlock that. Oops. Oh, that's a 1-day. Okay, 3-day. Yep. So our gold is protected, and we will come back later and farm some more gold and unlock Bladestorm level 7. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and we will hopefully get some cool Royal Revolt 2 contests coming out soon.